Hello and welcome to Anugraha Yoga. My name is Renee and today we continue with our yoga series where we have been looking at the yamas and the niyamas in our practice, our daily life. If you have not yet seen those videos where we have been discussing, please go check them out and then join me here for our last video, almost the last video in this series. Here we will be practicing with the fifth niyama of Ishvara Pranidhana, and this niyama invites us to surrender to the divine, surrender to the higher self, and we want to really notice how this niyama builds on all the yamas and niyamas that have come before, how it really encompasses all of the rest of them. And notice when we come onto our mat, if we're thinking about Ishvara Pranidhana, that we are working on surrendering. So if we come onto our mat, we can notice how we soften, notice how we yield, notice how we can surrender to stillness or to rest or to our breath. We want to really begin to tune in to our body and tune into the essence of these poses that we are doing, knowing that yoga is that union between ourself and the higher, the divine higher self, whatever we call it. Yeah. So we want to, in our practice, begin to feel this connection, begin to feel this surrender. And so I invite you to join me for a practice on the mat as we continue to explore this fifth niyama of Ishvara Pranidhana. So wherever you are, I invite you to come into a comfortable seat. In this practice, you can do it seated, or you can do it on your bed if you're lying down, that kind of thing. But we're coming into a sitting position wherever we are, and just beginning to observe your body, noticing how the body is feeling, becoming aware of any tension, any tightness in your body, and noticing if you can soften, if you can release, if you let go, observing what thoughts and emotions come up for us when I say soften, when I say let go. And continuing to observe your breath, letting each breath be an offering to your higher self, to the divine. I invite you to bring one foot either on top of the other or one foot in front of the other. So if we're seated on a chair, we can just bring one ankle in front of the other. And we're going to fold forward, so breathing in fully, and breathing out, folding, hinging from our hips, going as far as is comfortable for your own body, and beginning to observe as we come into our fold, again, how we can soften, reaching forward through the crown of our head, reaching back through our tailbone, finding length in our back body, finding length in our front body, and gently breathing out, noticing your hips, your shoulders, your hands, and breathing in will come to our fingertips, or just easing up a bit if we're in a chair, moving to our right, and gently we'll soften, dropping down a bit, observing our breath, noticing the sides of our body, becoming aware of your thoughts, of your emotions, observing how we can soften, coming up to our fingers if we're on our mat, or coming up just a little bit, and moving across to our left side, gently easing down, Observing how this side feels for us, letting each breath be deep and full, observing if we need to adjust in any way for your body. We'll come back to center and coming up. Switching sides, so we'll switch our other foot on top or in front. Observe when we do this how we feel, if we feel balanced, if we feel comfortable. And again, we fold, hinging forward from our hips, carrying our hands as far forward as we can, dropping our upper body down. Finding length in our body. Noticing what your right side feels like, what your left side feels like. And gently we'll come up to our fingertips or come up just a bit. Move across to our right side and fold. Coming to center. And we'll move across to our left side and fold. Coming into center, gently soften and notice how this feels compared to when we first did our first fold. Gently breathing in, and we'll come up to seated. I invite you to come down onto your mat. We're going to come into our corpse pose, into Shavasana. So bringing our feet out in front of us, and if you need to adjust in any way, if you need padding either below your knees or your ankles or your hips, please feel free to get what you need. We're coming down and bringing our feet as wide as our mat. So if we need to bend our knees, we can do that and let our feet press into the floor. We're bringing our hands out to the sides and closing our eyes, gently breathing out fully. Just beginning to notice. Notice how you are holding your body. Taking your attention from the crown of your head to your shoulders. Notice if there's any adjustment that needs to be made. Observing from your shoulders to your hips, from your hips to your heels. Observing your shoulders down to your hands. And as you continue to breathe, with each exhale, we allow our bodies to soften. Focusing on the sound of our breath. And just resting for a few moments, noticing what this feels like for you. Observing if we can stay in this stillness. And as you continue to breathe, gently on our exhale, we'll clench our fingers into fists, we'll curl our toes, we engage our muscles, and release. Breathing out, clench. Breathe in, release. And once more, we'll clench and release. Once more, we'll close our eyes. And continuing to focus on our breath. Noticing how we feel after our bit of clenching, releasing, after we have engaged our muscles, and now that we are coming into rest. Continuing to observe your breath. And bringing your attention into your right side. Gently soften. Bring your attention into your left side. Gently soften. Bring your attention to the back of your body. And soften. And bringing your attention to the front of your body. And soften. Breathing out fully and deeply. And on our inhale, we'll feel our belly rise. Begin to wiggle your toes, to roll your ankles. Stretching out our fingers, we'll roll our wrists, rolling our head from side to side. And breathing in, stretching up through our hands, stretching down through our toes, and release. Drawing our knees into our chest, if that's comfortable, and rolling side to side. We're coming up to seated. And I want to thank you for joining me for these discussion videos as well as the practice videos for our yamas and niyamas. To close this series, I will be doing one final discussion as well as a longer practice where we will be working in all of the yamas and niyamas into our practice on the mat. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you again. Hey guys, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. Please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. If you have a question or a comment, leave it down below. And follow me at Anugraha Yoga TT on Facebook and on Instagram. Thanks again. Bye.